Evening, everybody. We'll share the link in a minute if anybody else wants to jump on. Since I didn't really have much of a plan for the day, I just got back in town a few hours ago, so I figured this is just the BS session of the day. I'm not going to cuss. Okay, Taylor,
Well,
watch that. Hello, Rob. Hello,
drink to that.
Taylor's returned to the internet. So,
Ish. I'm half back.
Until the computer dies, you mean?
Yeah, or until I just claim it dies and get bored.
I figured.
Like,
I figured until it claims it dies.
gotta go.
I'm going into a tunnel.
Gotta go. What's gonna happen? So today, basically, come up with whatever the heck topic you want to come up with and go for it.
Guys, we were just talking just before we went live here. I was just bitching about the ridiculousness of what some of the runaway prices right now. I mean, there's prices that move up based on spec and other stuff, and they move incrementally. But there's just right now wholesale across the board. I'm looking at slabs and books that people are putting up at 5 times the last sold price. And if they are putting a make an offer option, if you make an offer anything less than like even halfway to what the last sale was, it just auto declines. And it's like they're like, oh no, I want to get the new, I want to set the new record. And it's like, well, I don't want to pay the new record. So
you were talking, Taylor. You were talking about that. The first was that it's number 5 from the first series, from the last, the second to last series. It's the first female.
Yeah, Thor, the J. Michael Straczynski.
What's it going for right now?
What?
What's it going for right now?
I mean, it's going, the highest raw sales 114. I got mine going up tonight at 90.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. I mean, it's still higher than average, but it's like I'm not expecting it to go for that. I'll take offers on it, but I'm just, if somebody wants to pay that fee for a book I found for $350 this week, I will definitely take it because
nice. Jim,
what's up?
I don't think the FOMO is going to last, so I'm going to get it while the getting's good. I love Thor. I love Loki, but I don't think these spec books are long for this world. So
no, that one in particular, I think will die off depending what happens in the next 4 episodes. So
speaking of spec books, I did pick one up yesterday. I picked up a Thor 337.
Nice.
In a 992. Was in a chat with somebody who was he was doing a live show with like 5 people streaming and was drinking a little glug a little much and was putting his prices down at one point. But early in the show, he had these 2 Fortnite Batman books, the Fortnite 2 and 3, which he didn't want, and so he was trying to get somebody to buy both books for $5. Nobody would buy them. And at one point he said, if somebody I'm going to take these off, but if somebody wants to buy them, $5 for both, and then I'll give you 10% off your next book.
Wow.
An hour goes by and nothing happens, and then he pops up there's something. I said, I'll tell you what, I will buy those 2 Fortnite books, and I'm going to take the 10% off. He just says. So, all right, fine. So
I was watching Adrian's sale on Friday, and as I was in the hotel room, my wife was doing her thing downstairs, and I was kicking it, and somebody had that. What was the first? Was the first Havoc in a 5.0 for $300 bucks? God, I was so close. I need that.
That's what I paid.
That's a good price.
Nice.
That's what I paid for my 9.6, but I got it like 8 months ago. So
I need one. That's the first. What's his face, right?
Beta Ray Bill.
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, I have one that needs to be cleaned. Okay, what's up with you?
I'm just unfortunately sad that it won't be here. Super. If I didn't already have it right now, because if I had it right now, it'd be off to CGC for the Walt Simonson signing.
Oh yeah.
I have my first Stormbreaker off being signed. Nice. But when you have one artist like that who's drew, took care of so many things, it's great to get that signature on that one book, especially.
Mine is signed, but it's signed on the inside, like the old school way they used to do it.
Nice.
Which I actually kind of prefer. So,
which, by the way, I'm not drinking coffee. This is whiz. This is the old double oaked. That's why it says I like coffee, comics, whiskey, and maybe 3 people.
Nice.
Lucky for you guys, there's only 3 other people here with me.
Oh, hey Jim, your video,
Yeah,
my
man.
unboxing video of your box is finally going live tomorrow. So
Woo!
Yeah, you're
Another
behind.
month.
Taylor's behind. No computer means behind.
Yeah.
well, that and like I limit my unboxings to one a week so I can spread them out.
I should
Right.
be doing that too.
Right.
So my dog's
They
today.
started getting expensive. I mean, your box is reasonably priced, and I'm not complaining, but like you buy any mystery boxes, they all start adding up, and like it's just kind of like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just talking to what's his name? I don't know his name. It's never could figure it out, but I don't know his.
Oh yeah, I don't
his
know
real name. But he had said he was in the chat on DJ Links's the other day with
Jason.
his name is Jason. Right. So
I
he
have an outgoing package. To
you have
him.
a outgoing package. Well, he had said he wanted to get Fletch's, and so when Fletch dropped his, I sent a message to him on Instagram, and by the time he got to it, it was gone. I was like,
Fletch is sold out in a couple of minutes, I think.
yeah, and so then I said, hey, if you want, you can have mine, and I'll just tell Fletch to give you mine. And he was like, no, I'll get it another time. He said the same thing you said. He's been buying too many of them, and it gets out of hand, and his wife has put the hammer down on him.
Oh yeah.
So
That was
Well,
why I couldn't do Macho's boxes because of that reason. I was it's like I had just done the dorkeries. It was like
I tried raffling to get into his $900 one, and it didn't work obviously because Eric hates me. But that's right, yeah, man. If you're watching, I'm on to you, sir.
I didn't. He did one for his regular box, and I didn't. You know, I mean,
what's up, Navik? Oh yeah, Eric is watching. Sweet, I didn't even have the real chat up. So
yeah, I thought about it. I have a few coming. I have like Comic Tom, and that I don't know how to say his name. FKN_rad, a $60 random thing.
You can say it, but you're gonna be swearing.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, it's gonna be fun doing that video. But
it's
Funkin'
Rad.
Huh?
It's Funkin' Rad.
Funkin' Rad. Okay, I'll go with that. I've got that, and I guess the next version of we should be shipping any day now in the next week. The next BAM comic box, the last one I'm doing for that.
The slab box. Yeah.
I'm scared to see what it's going to be, but that's like
I almost get if everyone's true about the Carnage theme, then I bet you anything it's this this new Maximum Carnage or whatever it is.
But they also told me that it wasn't going to be all the same book this time.
Oh,
well, so maybe the guy lied.
Well,
because
who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
So,
I'm aware, Eric. I'm aware.
So I hadn't been to the comic shop in, I don't know, 2.5 weeks. So I went and picked up what was in my pull list, but then I broke down and bought this. This is the trade. This is the trade.
I started reading that. I haven't gone through it yet.
Because, people were like, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So I read the first one and the second one, and I got the third, but I'm not into it yet. I haven't gotten into it yet. And it's cool. It's fine. I can't. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as. I don't know.
We're not as sophisticated as these.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing something. I mean, it's written very well. The art is appropriate for what it is. I
haven't. You're that much further down the rabbit hole than me. I've yet to even look at a copy. So I take that back. No, I own 2 copies that have come to me in various mystery boxes. But
right. I got one that one copy that I got from Will, and it went right back out with my boxes because I have no independent magazines for it or comics for it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go get the trade. I'm going to see what all the hubbub's about. And, to me, I don't even know if I want to say this. No, I'm going to say it. Screw it. It's like he took like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer and mixed something that somebody else had probably already done in and made a comic. The only difference is she doesn't have like super strength, and she's not fighting Dracula.
And she's not half naked.
On a random one, because I know Taylor probably read this on a different kind of subject. Taylor, you haven't done any review books for last week? You read everything, right?
I read everything I got. Yeah,
did you read Bunny Mask?
Yeah, I like Bunny Mask. It was weird.
It was bad. Okay, I got a question about it. I just got done reading it a few minutes ago. Might not get. At the end, the 2 guys find the 2 dead bodies in the cave with the slits. Is that the two people that are alive in the other part and meet each other later?
I think that's you're going to wait for issue 2 for the answer to that one. I honestly don't know.
Well, I couldn't tell if the pictures were the same. I couldn't tell if the drawing.
Yeah,
that's all.
I think it's meant to be mysterious.
It's not a bad book. It's not bad. I was stupid and picked up the Ambassador's copy for the heck of it, but I've got.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Oh, I guess according to Cosmic Comics in Vegas, they have whatever Apocalypse Comics or whoever, I forgot who did that one, has ambassadors that go out and bring specialty. It's like a 1 per store, 1 or 2 per store.
I'll just call it that then. Stop being douchey.
I think that's what. But it has the bottom left hand copy actually says ambassador copy on the.
Okay, so it's
a 1 per store.
Yeah,
it's the one. It was kind of neat, but oh well. That's all. Did anybody read the Jupiter, the new one?
No, I didn't get that one.
I got it for the heck of it. Plus, I've got the 1 per store and 2 1 per 10s now. Oh God, I'm terrible.
How much money, dude? I'm sick of paying for your stuff. Get a job, sir.
It's dead.
Unemployment is driving me crazy.
Hey, unemployment goes into one account and pays for bills and things around the house. Anything I spend on comics comes only out of my stuff I sell.
It's all the same pot of money. I know you're not fooling me.
Yeah, my wife would kill me if I did that. She saw the stack I brought into the room last night. She's like, "Holy!"
Yeah, I saw the X-Men books you bought. Yeah,
those are cheap. $10, several of them. I got the 30. What pissed me off is it wasn't the one that cost me $35. I got home today, tried to rebag it. Underneath the price tag, there was a big old rip in it. Couldn't see it. So now it's like a $5 book.
All right, here's my level of
spec. Is that the 103 I wanted?
Yeah, has a big old rip in it. I don't have I thought I had a copy of it already. I don't have a copy of 103. That's my only copy. Pissed off now. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Here's the level of spec I can afford these days. Green Lantern.
Oh, well, at least you're not doing Aquaman spec.
Hey, wait. Yeah. So you're telling me you've not been back on that Spider-Man booth and bought?
That Spider-Man booth is a different demon for me because I don't know, but I don't buy them for spec. That's different. I buy the books purely to put them up on eBay.
I know.
Like I don't buy variant covers for spec, and this is Atrocitus and Larfleeze and like people that might be coming to the HBO Max show. So
it wasn't who gives two. Stuff about it.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's zigging. I'm zagging. Everyone's like, getting like raging boners for Marvel. I'm going for cheap DC right now.
Nice.
Hey, you know there will be another Aquaman. Or how about that Flash movie? Come on,
I mean, honestly, I think like Green Lantern
knock me and put my Flash books into my mystery box. You don't know.
What was that thing about Spielberg?
I do. Flash season 7. Anyway.
What's the rumor about Spielberg wanting to do a DC movie now?
It would be a rumor that would be false.
Okay, good.
Nobody wants to do a DC movie.
I don't know, man. You know what I would pay? I would
Except for apparently Robert
Patterson
apparently wants to be the only Batman.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
What about here's this? A dark and gritty Plastic Man movie.
Hey.
DC. The thing is, DC has characters that they're just not using that could be fantastic if they were to use them right, like Deadman and the Spectre, and they have, and like honestly, John Constantine. Like I know him, and Swamp Thing. Like you take any of their like BC list horror stuff. They could do really nice stuff with it, but
did you watch the Swamp Thing?
No, I didn't have the access to DCU. I heard it was pretty decent, actually.
I loved it. I thought it was great, and I talked to my my brother, and he said that I was like, "What happened? Are they not doing a second season?" And they said no, they couldn't. They shot a lot of that down in North Carolina, and because my niece was going to school down there, and so she was trying to figure out how to get in as an extra and stuff. And they something about, I think he's something about his budget. They just didn't renew the budget for it.
Nobody was watching it. So
Spielberg is attached to the Blackhawks movie supposedly.
That's the most Spielbergy DC bullshit thing ever. Then
I don't know.
Is that even really DC?
Technically, but
I mean,
but it's gonna be an overblown.
That's great. That means everybody can start specking on Golden Age Blackhawk books.
Right.
No,
I mean, I don't know. I heard somebody say today that the Supergirl, the new Supergirl, might be Injustice League Supergirl. You know, I mean, they might be doing something with the.
I saw some still photos from that today.
You know,
yeah, I did too.
This is you're wearing pants or something. I don't know, or some weird thing. I don't know.
Hey, you know, a real Supergirl would have the brains to not fly in a skirt.
No midriff. No midriff.
Well, forget the midriff. But I mean, who's gonna be flying overhead in a skirt and coming down feet first? I mean, that's just really not smart. Hey, look up at that! Oh my God!
Yeah, and then you shoot him with your kryptonite, your laser eyes. It's fine. So, yeah, it's like Granny Goodness. That's a nice little spec. See, but
I haven't read yet. But Venom 35. Anybody?
I just
got
it. I haven't read it.
Not read, but I hear it's all about Dylan. Big shock.
It's solid, but it's real predictable.
Oh, okay.
I got that one.
I got that cover being put in a 9.8. I bought for $50 when they were pre-ordering it. It may show up in about 6 months.
I had the 1 in 100 in my hand when I was walking up to the register, but then I noticed the bottom corner was dinged up, and I put it right back on the shelf. And
they don't have those behind the counter there at yours. Wow,
it was right next to the counter. But
in Vegas and Cosmic, 1 in 100 was gonna be $99. The 1 in 50 was gonna be $40.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was that much, same price. But it was dinged, and I wasn't going to pay that for one that was already relegated to being a 9.6 at best.
This is Ultra Mega. I don't know how I got behind. I thought it was on my pull, and it wasn't, and I somehow missed 3 issues. So I bought all 3 of those, so I could read that because I really liked the first one. That. Yeah, I did too. That's why I went and got the other ones, and then I just picked this up.
That one, it was just like it was an $8 or $9 book, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to wait for trade. Static was okay.
Yeah, I
look at the camera.
That's not on my pull either, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get it, and then this is on my pull. 7 Secrets, and I'm really liking it, so I want to see what happened.
Yeah, that's really enjoyable. Tom Taylor's doing some really nice stuff.
Yeah, I'm liking
Tom Taylor's Nightwing is probably maybe one of the top 3 books at DC right now.
Really? See, now I heard you on Nightwing, and I went to look, and there was like one book, and I don't know what issue he started it, but I think it was that issue. They wanted like $25 for it.
Yeah, it's a first appearance and all that. And
I'm not paying that.
Fairly low print run because it was
because it's Nightwing and almost nobody subscribes to it.
I know I can find.
I'm like the only person, I think.
Yeah. Have you read it, Rob?
I'm 2 weeks behind, so I haven't on my books, but I have a copy up there. I know my store had Nightwing. They got shorted, so they didn't have like any of the Pride covers, and I think they only had a handful of the A covers. So up on the rack, all they had were a few B covers, and they had it 1 per person. But I was like, oh, that's fine. I don't care. I only need 1 copy of Nightwing. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Eric. It was a solid ending. It was just kind of like there was no real surprises in it. You know, it's like, okay.
I was going to say,
but we could talk about the really perfect news this week. The news that I had to make a video over, that Nick the freaking Spencer is off of ASM. Hallelujah!
Yeah, that's good news.
Praise the Lord.
Who's replacing him? Did they say?
They have not. Reggie was today. Reggie Collects was spreading the rumor. He freely admitted that it was him starting the rumor that Donnie Cates can do more than just the Hulk run that he's picking up. Or
well, he's also doing Thor, so I mean, he can't.
Right, I was going to say he's doing Thor.
Yeah, but why not? You know.
Yeah.
He's all. I think Reggie was Reggie rattled off a whole bunch of books he could do. Now, you know, who cares whether he could do it or will do it? Those are different balls of wax. But
okay, so this is a good question. Talking about that, and somebody brought this up to me yesterday. Can they spread themselves too thin?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I mean, it's like this guy,
Tiny Onion.
Tiny Onion. Yeah, I mean, he, you know,
Tiny
right,
Onion.
4 or 5 different titles. It gets you wonder if they're.
Well, some of this you might think the question is depends upon how much they've already have like drafted. Some of these things they go into it, they may already have an idea of what they want to do with it, right?
Sure.
They have to like try to take their idea they already had and shoehorn it into it. But once you start to write these things, you know, I don't know how long it takes these guys to write stuff, but it's not like they're doing it in real time. You know, they're going to work on a project. This one, they may already have 4 or 5 months of this scripts written out, and then they go on to the next one.
Also, I think it's much faster to write a comic book script than it is to draw it, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it shouldn't take to write word bubbles worth of text for 32 pages. Oh, wait a second, 32 pages minus the ads. So what is that, like 24 pages nowadays?
Something like that,
yeah.
So 24 pages of word bubbles, and
as sparse as something that's killing the children is, that's like a 5-minute for him to write.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, one more dead kid. Angry octopus says something.
Right.
The cops are confused. Issue over.
And all you really have to do for Spider-Man, let's be honest, if you want to write Spider-Man, all you have to do is start to make his life good, then stomp on him.
Yeah.
Then
make
ruin
his life
it.
start to
Right.
go good, then stomp on him. You know,
Alternate universe.
That's why I stopped reading it. I couldn't do it.
Alternate universe. That is a heck of a prized possession. That's a great book.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping to win a Hulk 181 in that Spider-Man booth, the Superior that I ended up.
I'll never have that book.
I had a bunch of gift cards to use up. He said it was limited to 100 boxes this time around, so I'm like, okay.
Well, of course he's running out.
is it in the V box? Or
the V19. That's the GP. It's a raw copy of 181, but still.
If it's raw and the cover is attached, it's a win.
Yeah,
right? Even if the cover's not attached, as long as it has
pretty.
cover.
He's held it up on cam and stuff. It's a pretty clean looking copy. So
I mean, let's be honest. Even if it's detached cover, as long as it has the cover and it's complete, it's a freaking win.
Yeah.
So,
not bad for second appearance of Wolverine. Kidding. I'm not going to start that fight.
No, hey, you're right on.
Hey, this week, the 2.1 this week is Amazing Spider-Man 129, 4.0.
Until tomorrow morning at 8, yeah.
Okay, I am just looking at the website.
Yeah, I actually bought a few, though. I was holding off on some of that's why I have a bunch of gift cards to use up, because I usually you buy the gift cards, use the gift cards, get the 2.1 boxes, but they haven't had a GP I've wanted for a while, but even though the Punisher is a troublesome character, I'll happily take a 129 and sell the hell out of it. So
I'm sure. Yeah.
I could do a V19 right now. Nah.
Why?
Did you guys watch Bueller at all today?
No.
Comics. He had Jerry Conway on live. He was live at a con, and Jerry Conway was talking about Punisher and how the people that have the tattoo that said "Where you stand with Blue" and everything else. He's like, they really don't understand Punisher as a character. They're doing the exact opposite. And then the chat started trying to troll Jerry Conway. It's like, how dare you talk crap about the Blue? I'm like, he created Punisher, right?
I was gonna say it's his creation. He can say whatever he wants.
But yeah, the chat just was troll. It was just it was a microcosm of the internet as a whole, which is
Speaking, you see there's a Twitter post, all the various responses, of course, to DC and their whole thing on the Bat and the Cat and what Bat won't do to Cat.
That picture.
But then there was the art from the X-Men Nightcrawler and Storm that the creator for those characters, I forget his name off the top of my head. The Sun posted some stuff that he had some original art his dad drew, and it was Nightcrawler, Oro sitting there under a tree taking care of her personal needs, and then Nightcrawler come from around the corner and take care of what the Bat won't do to the Cat.
Right.
Eric, I think it was a week-long GP this time. I don't know if they're switching to that model, but I got a feeling they might be.
Ends tomorrow. Actually, it ends on the 23rd at 8 a.m.
Oh, 23rd. So it is a full week then. Yeah, never mind. Not tomorrow.
Light on a little bit more. There we go.
I think that's what he might have to if he's running out of good stuff. I mean,
oh, come on. He can go make some more of his own variants and make those.
Do you poo?
Claim that they're $50,000.
I don't know if he's running out of slabs.
I think they're just getting priced out for everybody, including the
right.
His books. He might have plenty that were in production, but the problem is they've been all in CGC for 8 months.
There's that too, yeah.
Things while I was in Vegas, I found zero. One store had a bunch of crap slabs, all like this weird, voluptuous women. I don't know what the hell the books were, but and other than that, down in Vegas, I barely found any slab books. Found some Star Trek in one antique store, a Star Trek slab book, and Another guy had the X-Men #1. You know that the Jim Lee back and front cover ones. He had 2 of them, 9.8s. He wanted $200 each. I just walked away. I started laughing hilariously.
Oh, Taylor, you remember you texted me one night and said that I had to hop into this auction and pick up this action figure. I finally sat there and decided I couldn't help myself anymore, and I opened it and I extricated.
How is it?
The book, and that book is freaking pristine.
Oh,
nice.
I mean, it needs a press, but because it didn't have the thick cover that the first. So what we're talking about, folks, who are the.
So what you're saying is you're welcome, Rob?
Yes. So there's a
You're welcome.
we're talking about Spider-Man 2099, the Toy Biz comic that came with the action figure that is. A 9.8 on that's going. Last couple sales was $1,000, and people right now are listing it for up to $3,000. Going back to my whole argument with people just trying to set new records, but anyways, that book, there's 30 something on 30 something 9.8s on census, I think, and another 49 sixes. So that book, Taylor had pinged me one night, even though we had made a deal and I got a copy from him.
Sure, your copy was not
which had a lot of spine ticks on it. Yeah, but it's off at CBCS to get graded anyways. But he pinged me and said, "Hey, I'm on this YouTube auction. They've got one of the guys is talking about auctioning off the Spider-Man 2099 action figure complete with the comic, and it's supposed to be cherry." And so I ended up going on and picking it up and having it coming home, and it sat for a couple months. It's been sitting there. Looking at it, I explored having an action figure graded as a whole thing, but of course there's actually very few places that are doing that right now. Because they're backed up the same way that CGC is, only they just simply said we're not taking in new stuff. But the value of that book, if you hit a 9, even a 9.6 on it, is worth, a 9.6 is worth about a $500 book on it. For what sales are going for, $1,000 on a 9.8 versus in the package, keeping it in the toy on the high side, it's about a $400 package as a toy. So it's behooves you to pull it out, and if it looks good, and I could, as best as I could tell, it looked pristine. Well, now now that I've extricated it, unfortunately, what I really wanted to do was just make a single slice on the top and pull it out, and then then keep the rest of it inside the packaging, so I could still have it in the packaging. Maybe crack the one from I just mistakenly sent to CBCS and slide it back in or something. But, for display purposes, not to try to scam anybody, but they actually tape that book at the top and the bottom with these circular clear label things that don't just easily peel. So you had to slice 3 sides of the package.
That's right. Now I can play with the toy.
Oh, I still left the toy. It's still in the blister pack right now, but yeah, that book is. I immediately took that thing and I double boarded it, bagged it, then slid it inside of a top loader and set it off to the side for right now until it goes off to a presser.
Wow.
Get done. Then that one might just have to make its way to the wall once it's said and done.
I keep forgetting Peter David did that. Like he is so. Eric just said that there's 9.8 signed by him. That was $3,000 that sold.
Yeah.
Nice.
He is so hit or miss for me, Peter David. Like I like his ideas, but when he tries to be funny, I want to.
Peter David and Michelini.
Yeah.
That's where my my 9.8 red foil is off getting its second signature.
Excuse me. This is not 9.8. It's a newsstand though. So.
Well, I have my 9.6 newsstand. That's
it's probably.
I can't remember. I bought one of those, and when I got it, I was like, I shouted out Rob wrong. I was like, Big Fat Rob, shout out Big Fat Rob. Because as soon as I saw, I was like, I'll take that.
This
take
is
that.
not a
Rob,
9. This
Rob,
is probably about
I
a
gotta
9
go to the-
2.
Well,
But I
there's
paid
one. I
$1
got one
for
sitting.
it.
I got one sitting over here. There's one in Vegas. I think for $10. I don't think
Yeah.
it's because I didn't look at it. Excuse me, dog.
Well,
My dog way back here.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Taylor? It's like a 9.2. You think?
I'm about a 9 2, but I paid $1 for it. So,
Oh well, shit.
half price
Nine-
books is my friend.
Let's see.
I had to get it. Rob said to get them.
Oh yeah, there you go.
As soon as I see it, I had to get it because Rob said so.
Well, then you
I
should
think-
get all the
I think
Turok
that-
number 1s, Jim, and
Oh God!
shot.
You go to some of those antique malls in Vegas and off of Charleston and stuff, and the people got boxes of stuff, but you just look through, you're just like, oh my God, what am I looking at? It's all Turok. It's all. I mean, they want $15.
nice, Navik.
9294. It's about a $45 book.
Yeah.
Is it?
But like
I start getting to that point where the newsstand doesn't matter. So
Sure.
Right.
I had
I
talked
mean,
to
it was
Rob-
just, I saw it and I grabbed it. I wasn't really.
yeah, wow.
At half price books, if it's at all of interest to me, it goes in the stack because it's $1.
Well, you can turn right, and if you got it for $1, and you can turn around easily list on eBay for sale for 20.
Exactly.
You just made a crap ton of
I
profit.
just paid for the rest of the books I bought. So yeah,
Right.
I left Cosmic Comics. I talked to Rob. I'm now in the facsimile department
The bandwagon.
because Cosmic Comics has got rows of the facsimiles. They've got X-Men #1, Giant Size 1. I picked up a Deadpool. I picked up a stack of Wolverine ones. They're from like 2019, but they're not the. They also have the True Believers. But so now I have it's in front of my X-Men. And I have a facsimile of #1 now. I'm happy.
well, there you go.
I'm never gonna buy it, but they're nice. They're a good read. I mean, I never read the 180.
Yeah, you could always just have picked up the classic X-Men run too. Same thing. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, I've got
with the Art Adam covers, which I loved back in the day.
I've got that big book, the hardbound book of 1 through 10.
Oh yeah.
That's my only signed Stan Lee. He signed it on the inside cover in front of me, so I know it's signed. But still, it's my only. It's still a nice little hardbound. Some guy had one up on eBay for a few $1,000s. I about laughed my ass off.
I'll show you. Hang on, I'm gonna get up. This is my newest win from that Spider-Man booth. I'm gonna probably sell it. It's gonna be a tricky sell because, well, you'll see.
It's that tricky?
No, you'll see. Just
Rob's porker thing on his thing is funny. What are you doing, Rob?
I gotta adjust my lighting in my house here.
The alternate universe there was talking about he bought that at an estate sale. Have you guys ever heard of Long Box? There's a guy on Instagram and on YouTube called Long Box Love Affair.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, you should look him up. He actually lives around in this area. He lives down in DC, I think, and he went to see his. Ooh, nice.
It's signed and numbered and sketched and hand colored by Stan Sakai. So I mean, it's
wow,
number 47 out of 50. It's a limited edition silk screen. So
that's
like I said, it's in great shape. It's a great thing, but it's going to be tricky to sell because
how do you ship?
Yeah,
you said what was that one? Long Box what?
His name is Long. It's Long Box Love Affair, and he went to see this last video he did. He went to see his dad. I think he said he was up in New Jersey, and they said, "Hey, there's going to be a estate sale around the corner, and they've got comics. Do you want to see it?" So he looked at it, and looked at the ad, and saw that there were some bronze and silver in there. So he was like, "Yeah, man, he got some good stuff. Like he got the entire Defenders run. He got Ghost Rider." I mean, it's a great video. You should watch it. But the prices were insane. It was like if it was from 12 cents to 20 cents, $10 a book. From 25 to 75, $8 a book. But they didn't care if you bought the whole run or just one book. So he got like Werewolf by Night number 30. What is it? 3?
32nd appearance of Moon.
Yeah.
Wow.
For $8.
That's wow.
I mean, and I was like, holy crap. I've never been to an auction where it's been like that, ever. It's always, they check eBay. They want the last sold. I mean, he got lucky.
That's what a lot of places are doing now. I mean, the guy I bought some of those X-Men for, I paid for the 5 X-Men, I paid like $100. 2 of me had marked at $48 each. But what he was doing, he had a big old book I've never seen. It's like a binder on reels that says comic book. That's where he took, I think, all those prices from. So he has a stack of sub 100 Avengers, Thors just sitting there. I'm like, between $10 and $25 each. I'm going, I don't have the money. I walked away and I'm like, damn. It's a few older books that look really nice. I mean, I don't know. Well, I know where it is. It's hard to find in Vegas. It's in one of those it's called the Bonanza something mall. It's a little, seriously, it's in the worst part of town, and it's basically I'm not trying to be this, but it's all Mexican food, and it's all like the old, you walk into like they're all booths inside of a big building that used to be a shopping center. They're all throughout Vegas like that. So I was able to pick up some pretty cool stuff.
Just means you have to.
You guys are way too quiet. What's going on?
Plugging away to get
I'm looking at Rogers number 4.
A what? Well, Rogers number 4.
Yeah.
Taylor's looking at. I'm on eBay. I got something getting on eBay in a few minutes too. So I'm like, it's $1. It's eBay time. I didn't watch it. I missed a bunch of things when I wasn't watching it this week. X-Men 105 is $49. Ends in one day. Whew. 8.0. Oh well.
I sold my Trump Gentleman's Magazine with Trump on it.
Oh God.
The other day.
At least he wasn't in it.
No, I mean the article of him is in it.
Well, so at Vegas, every place I'd go, they'd have a stack of old Playboys in packages. He's like, these are comic books. I'm like, those are not comic books. Those are Playboys. Like,
and my buddy wants to.
He
wants like, I don't know. There's certain Playboys that I have that he wants, and he's like, listen, I went through my long box. I don't have an extra Black Cat. I don't have an extra ASM 361. I do have an extra ASM 43. Can we do that as a trade? And I was like, well, I need to see it. Even though I don't give a shit about the Playboys.
That's right. That's right. You're going to trade for the 361.
Well, yeah, because he said he had 3 copies, and he's like, oh, I can't find them. I must have sold them. And I was like, well, what do you got? And he said, well, I got the first appearance of the Prowler. And I was like, all right, well, let me look at that. So,
I remember that character vaguely, but
it's an old ASM. Who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but that's not 43.
Or whatever the number is.
Okay,
it's the first appearance of Prowler. I don't know what the number is. I said 43, but I don't know. I thought that.
All right, because 43 is the second full appearance of Mary Jane and their first date, and
okay,
the third appearance of the Rhino.
So what is it? What's the first appearance?
Prowler's like 60s or 70s.
Oh, Rhino's 41.
Yeah.
Well, Rhino's his first appearance, but
right.
Yeah.
This guy.
Is it my phone?
It's not mine.
What the? I don't have anything coming on here.
78 was first.
What the?
Definitely not mine.
I don't know what's going on here. Hang on.
I lost grandkid trying to get a hold of you.
Well, it's Facebook on. I'm like,
somebody's calling you on Facebook. Hey, get off the computer.
Well, no, that is Facebook, but
somebody's FaceTiming you.
I know that, but I don't. It's not coming up on my phone. Incoming call accept. Hang on, let's see what's going on here.
Bring them in. Let's all say hi. I'd like to talk to you about your extended car
hi,
Lizzie.
Hi.
Hang on.
You're on the air. How are you doing, Lizzie?
Yeah, you're on YouTube with everybody. Lizzie, say hi.
Hi.
We just talked about Eddie's car insurance.
Yeah.
Or his extended car warranty.
My wife's almost 17-year-old daughter is coming down here soon. Hang on one second. I'll be right back.
All right. So Taylor, am I getting a thumbs up or thumbs down? Should I even watch that video?
Oh no, it's a great book. You had like one book that's for sure that's in my personal collection forever that I'm keeping, and like I hit the GP, and I definitely got the value easily. So yeah, I'll get the next one of your boxes as soon as as soon as you drop it. So. Man, yeah, it's a ringing endorsement. It had been a long. I had to skim through it. I'm like, what did I actually get from Jim? I knew I got the coin, but I forgot I got the books. So,
yeah. I have never answered a call on my computer from Facebook. That was weird. Sorry. Go ahead.
Did you extend your car warranty now?
Old man yelled at cloud.
Yeah.
I got something depressing for everybody. My daughters, all of her kids have said Happy Father's Day to me. My own daughter has not called me and probably will not.
That's all right. I sat on a call with my dad, with my kids, and said Happy Birthday or Happy Father's Day to my dad while my kids were there. It's
my 24-year-old's just I don't know. She blames me
the
for
crappy father's live stream. Kidding.
That's
Yeah.
right.
She blames me for a bunch of crap from the past, but oh well, that's not here nor there.
She spent her inheritance on X-Men
Yeah.
She didn't have an inheritance. I never had the.
because you have all
That
the
was
X-Men.
that was
No, the main thing is when her mother died when she was 10, she acted normal, so we didn't put her into therapy or anything. So now 10 years later, she's having problems with it, and I get blamed because I didn't put her in therapy. Go figure. That and I made her during high school change and move to Vegas during high school and do a few years in high school, and then move up here. So I changed locations on her. My
Right.
dad did that crap to me and just dragged
So
me
the
along.
problem is like every other father, you existed.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah, I mean, Eric, if you know anybody that's really a huge Usagi Yojimbo fan, yeah, put them in my direction. Anyone that's watching, all 4 of you, I'm assuming I've not even looked.
it's 4 people. Yeah, we got
Yeah,
nothing.
I will happily trade that Usagi Yojimbo for a Werewolf by Night 32.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Yeah,
And I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
yeah.
You might get good money for it. I mean, it's a signed and.
Oh, it's worth a fair amount, but it's not worth probably not worth Werewolf by Night 32 money, but it's still so.
There's fewer people looking for that than there are for the.
There are, and it's also a pain. Like they shipped it to me in a tube, so I'm trying to flatten it out and like.
Oh yeah.
So and also trying to like figure out how I'm gonna reship it if I sell it, and yeah, so it's a fun thing. So
Yeah,
those are things you just ship them. You ship them in the tubes, and you just frame
Yeah.
them when you want to put them on the wall.
yeah, I mean I get that, but it's just like it goes against my art school background.
I know, but it's really almost the only way. I mean, the only other way that they do it is like because I have all these original movie posters, and
Yeah.
a lot of them come that's how they come. They'll come rolled like that. Unless
Right.
you get like Spain and France, they fold the posters, so you have these crease lines in these posters, and which is really crazy on the French posters. They're almost like the size of the bus stop posters, and so they have like all these fold lines in them, and there's just like
Oh, good call, Eric. Thanks. So
nothing
yeah,
you can do. But
I mean, you can all. I mean, I could build a box for it and stuff and ship it, but you're still risking life and limb with anything that big and kind of flimsy, unless you just put it in a 6-inch deep box and packing peanut the ever-loving hell out of it. So, but we'll see.
yeah, I just had to ship my I shipped my art page out. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near that big, and that was fortunately I still had the box that IRF Authentic had shipped it to me in, but I made an improvement and put little hook mounts that kind of held it in place so the thing couldn't shift around inside the box. But
Actually, talking about how to ship things, just remembered back when I worked at a comic shop. This is how they ship posters and something like this.
yeah,
Basically, they flatten them out because I have something I bought that was kind of cool. I don't think it's any good now, but
yeah, you can buy big old moving boxes or whatever and just use
Yeah.
them flat.
I don't know why I got this. It's a Chrome
You were high?
Pro Team 7. I don't even know what Team 7 was. It was a comic book, I guess, back in the day. But I don't know. Oh, well. No, sorry.
Put that on the eBay.
Huh?
Put it on eBay.
It's like chrome. It's like metal. It's kind of cool. But a little different. It's something I don't have in my wall in here. But yeah, this is all the... Wow. Some weird stuff. Oh, wow, there are. Sorry.
Just let it go.
There you go.
It's a map.
Seriously, this is a one-up. This is a one-up printing from Thomas Brothers Maps when they used to actually do the printing color. They're actually color acetates.
Sure.
That's kind of cool. Oh well, sorry. I was wondering what the heck was in this thing. But oh well. Oh, there you go. Comic book related.
Nice.
I don't know what this came out in, or why I even have it. Signed by somebody. Oh, Direwolf. Artist named Direwolf. I don't even know. I guess he doesn't do anything anymore, but he used to work for Marvel, I guess. But oh well.
Yeah, Eric. I mean, Werewolf by Night is just it. Yeah.
What did now say? Oh, sorry.
No, you go. You're just.
I forget what I was saying. Go ahead. Sorry.
I feel like I'm watching you like Storage Wars with yourself.
Just another week.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me go get something.
Yeah. As Taylor just got one. Oh well.
I got the Lego Venom and the Lego Carnage.
Oh, nice.
Heads, the head.
Oh yeah.
For Father's Day, and
Nice.
they both freak me the fuck out. I'm looking at these things going, awesome. And my wife's like, don't you think that tongue is amazing? I was like, looking at it going,
yeah, I feel suddenly inadequate.
Yeah.
how does how does the Venom look? Because I've only seen the Carnage. I haven't seen the Venom yet. By us,
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they're all down. They're downstairs. I'd go get them, but they're downstairs.
Yeah, you disappear and you come back down and she's talking.
So
Yeah,
about that tongue of
David
yours, it's
tongue?
extremely long. Yeah, no, I mean,
How
she's
you
like,
doing?
are you gonna put one together now? I'm like, no, I will put them together later.
I got the Stormtrooper one, but I've never seen the Boba Fett one in any Target. That's where they normally been carrying them. But I know you can get them online, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put it together for a while. Just don't feel like it. I'm terrible.
I mean, I'll put it together. I'll put them together eventually. I'm remodeling this whole room. Half of it's hers, and it's about to become all mine. Because when we made changes in the house, part of it was move your crap out so this could be my room. Well, I mean, it's just that was the deal. So I want it all gone so I can put all more comic stuff in here. So
you're gonna pretend you're Germany and the rest of the room is Poland and just annex it.
Well, she has I set up the basement and she makes jewelry and I set up the basement so that she could work all that stuff. And, she's like, okay, well, this is perfect. I'm like, well, then move all this other crap down there. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So, yeah.
The strength to any good relationship is spending time apart.
Exactly. No, we, just depends.
You don't see my wife sitting here next to me, do you?
Right.
Mike came in and went right to work. Says, I'm out of here later.
She's in another room on another computer doing her own thing with her own friends.
Oh, does she have a YouTube channel?
Don't make the think, Eddie, that meant that you were my friend, but just
Well, being mean again, we're used to it. That's okay.
I'm still getting used to when I had to fill in for Taylor last week. So
yeah. Yeah, I have to break my computer more often.
Yeah, I know. Well, the way your sound works half the time, I'm surprised it works at all.
Well, hopefully it's fixed. That was the whole goal this last week. So.
I think you're good now. This sounds good.
Yeah,
no, he's
battery. I still have. Hang on, I've been off battery since we started, and I still have 60% left. So I'll live.
Oh, nice.
Well,
I thought
I'm still that streaming video chomps through the battery like nobody's business. So, I mean, that's not my excuse. I'm still leaving you fairly soon. I got to work tomorrow morning, but
yeah, I got to find a job tomorrow morning. I think I know what I'm going to end up doing.
Real estate?
Would you like fries with that?
Yeah, no, it's almost there. I have a second interview, and the pay sucks, but it's from home, and it's email support for Walmart.com.
Oh, hey.
But I don't have to drive down south. I'm going to have an offer. More than likely, I don't think we're going to do it. I got an offer for north of San Diego. They have a Solano County for a boutique. They know my work from when I worked for another place. So the guy's like, you're perfect, yada, yada, yada. But what do you guys think? You tell me, Rob. Living in getting a house near Southern California, near San Diego, North San Diego, what salary would you think would work?
I don't live in that part of the state.
Okay.
So I have no idea.
It's expensive.
It's expensive, but the real estate prices down there are less than they are up here where I'm at. In the Bay Area. However, I would assume by being less expensive, I mean you want to buy a house, a 3-bedroom house, whatever. You're looking at minimum $750,000 to
a nice one.
Yeah,
$400 to $500
for some place you want to live.
$400,000 to $500,000 in Temecula. If you go to some place called Menifee, which I've only been once in my life, I don't remember it. It's like mid 300s. And they're offering, from what the headhunter told me when I first got this a few weeks ago, they're offering $100,000 a year pay,
Okay.
and that's not. Me and my wife don't think that's even going to. I don't think we can even live down there on that.
If you can get your house for 300 or something, yeah, it's actually. But Northern California is much more where we're at. Expensive up here. Down there, also your commodities are cheaper. It's why my parents retired down to Southern California because it's just they're like all blown away how much cheaper it is down there than it is up here in the Bay Area. So,
well, I noticed near my mom's house. Here's an example of how bad. Well, a double wide trailer I looked at, nice interior just for fun when I was down there, $149,000. She's like, yeah, that's fine. To be in the lot, you're paying $3,000 a month.
Yeah. The only problem you have to remember, though, if you move to California, is California has income tax on your income, in addition to the state property tax, in addition to the state sales tax. So they tax you for making your money, they tax you for living, and they tax you for spending your money.
Yeah, that's what most states do.
Yeah.
Well, not to the same degree. We had,
I know
a
9%
sales tax, and your property tax will be about 10% of your purchase of your home, and in your income tax, well, at 100,000, you're going to be paying pretty significant. You're guaranteed that you will exceed the federal exemption on what you can take out, and so you'll be paying more in federal income tax as well.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're like. I figured. I'm like,
thank you, Trump. That's the end of my politics.
The whole thing's all fucked up right now. Screwed up.
But
right now, so
no, I mean there is something to be said though about a remote gig. I mean, even though I work,
it's not even remote. That's living. I had to be in the office.
Oh no, the Walmart one. You're talking about the Walmart one you're talking about, right? There's something to be said about being able to wear flip flops and shorts all the damn time, because I've even though my office is not far from me, I used to work 2 miles from home. Now my office relocated right before COVID. They relocated, and 7 times away, so further away. So I have to go 14 miles to work. But fortunately, this whole time we've been remote, and since that time, most of my staff that reports to me has now been hired on in Romania. So I manage remote workers. So there's no point in me going into the office because my team's not there for the most part. So now I get to stay home and work from home regardless while everyone else going back to the office. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm in shorts and flip flops. I don't have to. My wardrobe cost just got less. My fuel costs got less. My food costs got less because I'm eating at home instead of
eating out,
or even worse, because there were no restaurants right walking distance real quick. It meant you were door dashing stuff constantly. So you're paying even more. So yeah, I mean, it's,
well, I mean,
more money to spend on comics
in this area. I mean, that's part of what everyone, when you're making a decision about a job in the Maryland, Virginia, DC area, it's always about distance from where you live.
Mm-hmm.
I used to drive from where I live to close to Dulles every day when we first moved up here, but I was making a lot more money, and it was worth it for me to make that drive. When they laid a lot of people off, and when I went back to work the next time, I said, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice some of the money to not have to spend 3.5 hours or whatever in the car, because at that time I needed more time to be at home. So it was a juggle thing. I'm like 15 minutes from the job now. So that's the only reason why I stay there. The company
Money's not
sucks.
everything. There is something to be said. I mean,
yeah,
the company sucks, but it's 15 minutes from my house, and that I like.
Yeah, I used to back a long time ago when before my son was born, I was running regional manager for a retailer of audio video equipment, and I was making really, really good money for what I was doing, but I was working retail hours, so I was working 6 days a week, open to close, pretty much as the regional manager, doing stuff. And when my son was born, I took a pay cut, a 40% pay cut, to switch to a job, managing their distribution instead, and being their operations manager, which was a Monday through Friday, 8 hours a day gig. I gave up a ton of commissions, but I had quality of life, and I was able to spend time with my son and stuff.
Right.
Rather
And that was kind of the way I worked at it too. When I went back, I made sure that I had basically the same thing of what you were saying. I took less money, but I had more. I didn't have to drive as far. I had more time with my family. It just worked out. But yeah, when Toys went under, and I was just like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I didn't know where I was gonna go, and this position came open. I said, if they give me the money I want, and it's 15 minutes away, that's gold. And they did. And the company is horrible. I mean, it really is. I'm so glad. Like, I'm on my wife's insurance because federal government insurance is a lot better than their crap that they have. They have some like third party mafia type insurance that I've never heard of. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things they do that's not good. They held our raises when COVID hit. They were like, we're gonna hold this.
We did that same thing too at my place, and then they tried to come around and told people and convince people to exchange some of their pay in exchange for stock. So not only were you not getting a cost of living, but they wanted people to take less cash and instead take stock. And some people did, but they only gave us like a 10-day window to make the decision. Yeah. And that you couldn't, once you made a decision, you were going to be stuck for the rest of the fiscal year. And I said, well, if you're not going to give me time to be able to analyze this and consult with a tax attorney or whatever else to understand what my full ramifications are,
right?
Forget it. Then I'm going to just I'm going to take my cash.
Right. Yeah. Well, I found out my last job. I was looking on Indeed, where all of a sudden Sunrise Engineering comes up, hiring GIS specialists throughout all of southern Utah and northern Utah. What the? You just laid off 8 of us. But I guess
they can hire you now lower price.
They're hiring somebody at a lower price.
Their starting pay is about what I was. But
he's going through a tunnel now.
Yeah. Basically, what I found out is that they got a contract with Dominion Energy, so I guess they now have a new position. So it's nothing like what I used to do, and the pay's actually $5 more an hour. But
well, can you do the work?
I think I can. I put in for it. I put a resume in. Who knows?
I was going to say, you need to go back and apply for it.
You've already done the job. You're overqualified.
No, it's different. It's going out in the field this time and doing basically GPS data things for Dominion, which is basically a gas company out here, which we used to work for Southwest Gas. I have applications in with Southwest Gas in Vegas, too. I mean, I had 6 interviews last week. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, but half of them were like, I don't know. The one up in Wisconsin that sounded so great. The interview was freaking bizarre. It was a 3-person, and me and the analysts were getting along really well, talking about the workload and all that. The middle guy was asking no questions at all, and the boss kept on hacking on this one question over and over to me. I'm like, yeah, I understand that perfectly. Just haven't done that part. I was like,
did you tell him you knew Taylor Winder?
Yeah, you should have dropped my name.
You should have dropped his name.
My wife wants to buy the bar that Taylor told me. She wants to buy the bar and go there.
Yeah, I know the real estate's crazy out here. How's your main hustle up where you're at there, Chief?
It's a seller's market, so I mean, lots of no inventory, lots of buyers. It's a micro. It's the same everywhere in the U.S. It's just the price point's lower.
People offering way more overpriced and all.
Yeah, if anything, any home that's priced right will have like at least 30 to 40 offers on it here. So,
and you guys are probably all trying to have to, because there's low inventory, having to try slice your commissions to almost nothing, probably to try to win listings, huh?
Yeah, and then if you're working with buyers, you just drink a lot, the cheap shit, because you're not making any money on them, because it's coaching buyers to win in a market where they've never had to do this kind of thing before and offer over it'll work eventually, but it's a process. So
here we have a Facebook group, like rentals and sales in Cedar, and somebody will put up a 3-bedroom house, $1,600 a month. By God, it is just, the heat just goes on and on. That's overpriced, yada yada yada. Well, at the same time, if you put up any house in this area that actually says dogs allowed rental, you said pets allowed, you could rent that out for like twice the price. Nobody allows pets in this town. I don't get it, but oh well.
All right, well, I gotta head out to dinner.
there you go.
My Father's Day dinner has been.
Yeah,
sitting
it's
there
been
for
an
a
hour,
while.
guys. I'm good with early. I got stuff to do. I just got home like 3 hours ago, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
But I am good with the show.
Cheers,
When
everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Yes, and
Enjoy
to you
it.
all.
I'll look for
All right.
that video, Taylor.
Yeah, it'll be up tomorrow, 8:00 my time, so 8:00 Central. So
All right,
Yeah.
man. See you
Take it
guys
easy.
later.
All right, see
See
you guys. Have a
Thanks
good
for
one.
watching, guys. I'll talk to everyone soon. We'll set up for next week.
Yeah.
Anybody got anything they want to hawk?
Oh, no.
Tomorrow I'll be a mail
Anyone
call
want a
Monday.
Usagi Jimbo print? Yeah.
Yep.
No.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Next
All right.
week we'll come up with a. I got to. If anybody's
alternate
interested in
things.
being a guest next week, let me know. I'm going to look around. I just have not been looking. I kind of like the open
Put it in
mic
there.
at the end. Kind of
Okay.
enjoying that.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, guys. Have a nice
All
night.
right.
Good
See
night.
you guys. Have a good one.